I want to welcome the GMs and the wives, the godly men and the warm, inviting, feminine, empathetic women out there. In today's video topic, I want to discuss how their punishment is now seeing and God showing them how blessed your life is becoming and is. It is no doubt that if you are on this channel that you have in some way, shape, or form felt alone or just isolated in some way from whether it's family, whether you felt disowned by your family, or whether you felt ostracized by your friends, or at least the people that you thought were your friends. There's an array of different kinds of possibilities and things and situations that you have all gone through. And I know for me, myself, there was a time when I had some problems. And this was about 3 years ago, where I didn't have anybody to turn to. I really didn't. I was isolated with God for nearly a year at one point. It was just me and God, and I didn't even want to go out. I didn't want to go see anybody. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to do any of these things because there was just so much betrayal that I had endured. And I realized that if I don't figure out what's going on within me, I'm never going to be able to make it to the other side in one piece. And in the Bible, it actually says that if your right hand offends thee, cut it off. And what's that saying? Well, because that's Jesus speaking it. It's like, well, what it's saying is that sometimes your spiritual hygiene, let's say, is so terrible that you just need to completely get rid of certain aspects of your life if you're going to be able to move forward. Because it's better to move through life with proper spiritual hygiene and less worldly limbs, so to speak, than it is to keep your worldly limbs and to have poor spiritual hygiene. So many people out here in today's day and age have terrible spiritual hygiene. And there's a lack of self-confidence in so many people. And there's so many people that are self-conscious that it truly is astounding to see, even among the most extraordinarily beautiful people, men and women, are the most self-conscious of themselves. And in a way, you have to wonder, like, what would that be like exactly? Like, what would that be like to be that kind of person and to have that kind of low self-esteem? Well, it's because you're too connected to the world. Anybody of any looks or status or economic status, etc., social status, whatever the case may be, you may have low self-worth. And I don't really like the term self-esteem, because what it really is self-worth and self-respect. And any proper weapon, spiritually speaking, against anybody that is trying to manipulate you into believing that you have low self-worth or you have low self-value and self-respect, the biggest weapon that you can use against these kinds of people is self-confidence. Self-confidence and self-belief is going to be the antidote to manipulation. So you see a lot of people out here, their lives are automatically being impacted by so many different people in so many different directions all the time. And for what? For what? It's that these kinds of people are so filled with external validation that they can't recognize what's even in front of them if the good thing in front of them was there. And so I do want to take a moment to make the announcement real quick that the school all-in-one community and course directive has been launched for Regal Change Academy. We only have a few more members left until we get to that 100-member point. And once we get to the 100 member point, that is when you're going to have to start to pay to enroll, but it is free up until then. So that's the announcement. That's just really quick. Everything that's going on. We're really excited to launch this community, and we're really excited to build with like-minded individuals. So back to the external validation thing. So when you are constantly seeking external validation, what you're actually doing is equating your self-worth and your self-value to the way that others see you. And so this is one of the reasons why, if you see a lot of different people that are constantly trying to see if anybody's looking at them, these are the kinds of people that are going to be most problematic and that are going to infiltrate your boundaries and do anything to test you and manipulate you, whether consciously or unconsciously. And in my experience, emotional baggage is way worse than people that just have a bad situation. So what's the difference between emotional baggage and a bad situation? Well, a bad situation is just unfortunate bad luck. And you kind of want to stay away from those people too. Like in my head, even in my prayers, I constantly confirm to myself that I'm a lucky person, that I'm a lucky individual, and that I have a mind that is stronger than my emotions. And these are the kinds of people that you want to be around. You don't want to be around the unlucky, the unhappy, the constant complainers. And look, there's nothing wrong with looking at the negative side of reality and saying, yep, that is the negative side of reality. You don't want to be untruthful, but you also want to stay in high spirits. And this is exactly what the people that want to see you fail, this is exactly the kind of people that want to see you fail do. They want to see you lose self-confidence, lose self-belief, and ultimately not build toward your goal. It's so crazy to me now, the quality of women that I've been able to attract into my life, and it just gets better. It really does. And the women are becoming more and more submissive to my program because they know that if I'm not with them and they're not with me, we're not together at all. we're done. We're nothing. And it's going to stay that way because I'm not friends with women. I'm not friends with them. I'll be kind. I'll be cordial when I need to. I'll be polite. I'll be respectful. But I'm not going to be your friend because I've been friends with women before and it's either broken their hearts or mine. And it's never a good option. And it's just not really good to see. Like I was friends with a girl that had a boyfriend, and she actually ended up, she didn't necessarily say that she was in love with me, but she indicated that she had stronger feelings for me than for her boyfriend. And we never really saw each other a lot. We were never even really intimate. And yet we would hug as friends, right? Turned out that she thought that was meaning something more. And so when I actually decided to okay, well, this is a friendship that I need to break off, it was unfortunate because I didn't want to see her that way, but I also knew that if she were to be in a relationship with me and I was to be in a relationship with her, the same thing would probably happen with another guy. So this is one of the reasons why I make sure that the women that I'm talking to are always single. Like, I get it. It's 2024. They're probably going to be talking to other guys. I understand. That doesn't mean I'm okay with it, though. And if you're going to be talking to me romantically, I better be the only freaking man that you're talking to romantically. Otherwise, we're done. And now, now, fast forward, this woman ended up cheating on the guy with some other guy. And she now had a reputation for being a cheater, etc. And I saw her recently at the gym, and we made eye contact, but we didn't say anything to each other. And she was awestruck because the last time that she saw me, I was nearly 200 pounds. This was quite a while ago. Probably 5 years. I was still in college at the time. It was like my last year in college. And so she saw me and we were at the gym, and I haven't thought about her for a while. And when we saw each other, I could tell that all of those emotions, everything that she had, like, came back, and she was just, she was shocked. And this is what happens when you do not follow in God's laws, statutes, and commandments. You get to see other people begin to live a quality life. And I don't have any hate for this woman. I really don't hate anybody, to be honest. I don't really hate anybody. I don't like a lot of people, and I don't tolerate BS from a lot of people, but I don't hate anybody. I don't wish anybody were like dead or anything like that. But when I have an enemy, I do have an enemy. And I understand, as a great sage once said, that an enemy is great. Why? Because you can make them a potential friend. And we have to understand, as godly people, men and women, children of God, that sometimes the punishment that other people have is going to be seeing you live just a happy, healthy life. And men, you must understand that your peace of mind is far more valuable than you could possibly imagine. I've been spending a lot more time alone recently, just working a lot, and really focused, like highly focused. I've made strategical adjustments, and I've been doing a lot more, and just been putting more smart effort rather than just hard work. Smart effort. I'm still working hard, but I'm making more smart effort. And this has actually improved my spiritual hygiene, which I would already say that I am fairly hygienic when it comes to spiritual matters. But it's almost like the hygiene of my spirituality has ever increased just with these few small adjustments. And it's not being around as many people and not tolerating the people that are behaving a certain way, and just removing myself completely from certain people's presence altogether. Even at the gym, if I see a person that that's there a lot, but because I'm there pretty much every day, and if I see them there a lot, but I recognize that this is a spirit that I do not want to be around, I literally go other places in the gym just so that I'm not around this person, because I want to make sure that my energy stays pure, my energy stays clean. And I've made some women sad, and I've made some men that I tried to network with, and it turned out to be just not a compatible fit. Just kind of let it go. And I've made them feel, I can tell, a certain way, because I don't really want to be around them. And it's nothing personal. It's just, I don't have anything to really build with you, because you're not really wanting to build yourself. I'm not compatible with people that don't want to build and live for the kingdom of heaven. It is what it is. And so, whatever your situation is right now, whatever you're going through, recognize that this is a time where we're in a period of great growth and change altogether. The novelty of our day and age is ever increasing. It's, Terence McKenna talked about this as the transcendental object at the end of time. I think technology is going to bring us to that point in one way, shape, or form or another. And how we do that, it's going to be completely different than what we imagine, I assume, because of the rate and the novelty in which everything is progressing. And so with the novelty of our situation in the actual world, so too with our novelty in relationships. So with that being said, I hope this message was useful and insightful. And until next time, peace be with you.